Boom! We in the gym. Welcome to EJ's Gym, a guide to elevate your mindset. And I have a strategy for you guys today. I want to call this Practice Abundance. So this would be for anyone who struggle with lack. So I'll go on the journey with you, and see, and I can come back and create another podcast about the 21 day. And I do this periodically. I don't necessarily count the days, but I do this in my life to, in a sense, humble myself, because in this world that we live in, that's around us, the environment that we have kind of shapes your mind to the opposite. It shapes your mind to look at what you don't have, So if you struggle with lack, whether it's your personality, whether it's your lifestyle, or anything that you feel like you don't have enough of something, if that's your thought process with anything, I would encourage you to try this exercise. And all you're doing with this exercise is identifying abundance in your life. Something as small as identifying the oxygen in the air that you breathe, because it's at abundance, right? Identifying anything. If you have a home, a place to stay, furniture, a bed to sleep on, anything, identify with having that. If you have clothes on your back, identify with having that, with having something, meaning you had the energy and the power within you to obtain that thing, however, at whatever means that you use to get it. That means you use some type of energy, some type of brain power, some type of thought process to get it. Meaning you could duplicate that process at any time. At any time. It's just understanding and knowing how life works. Taking your thought process within something in one realm, in one area, or one field, right? If you're good, you can take that and spill it over into something else. You just have to understand and break down your strategies of attacking the thing that you like or the thing that you enjoy obtaining. Because you can duplicate that with the mindset, with the same mindset of, just say for instance, how I attack coaching. I feel like, I can coach and train the position of offensive line because I study it. I break it down. I have an abundance of knowledge about the game of football because of my background and experience playing in high school, playing in college, and watching and being around professional guys and guys that had the experience to play at the highest level, coaches included. So I know I have an abundance of knowledge. I have a well that I can continue to dip into, and I continue to feed that well, meaning I continue to research and look for that information. Right? So I spill over into I understand how to coach. I've always been an athlete. So I have a background of physical training, like training people. So I can use the same approach that I use to learn football and teach football. It's the same way I would do with training. Whether it's athletes or a person, regular person just wants to be fit. Meaning I will research and fill my well with knowledge so I can dip as much into that well as possible to create. That's abundant. Take that same mindset and shift it. Because understand, you have the ability to create abundance because you are abundant. It's inside of you. I'm just trying to pull it out of you. Because you are abundant. You create abundance. Just make your thoughts abundant. Connect it to your heart and bring it out. But the 21-day exercise is to identify abundance in your life. Identify one thing per day that's abundant. Like, for example, I gave you the example of oxygen and having a home. Be thankful you have stuff, clothes. It can be anything in your life you identify with being abundant. Like, I'm thankful for this collection of cologne, my little cologne sampling store that I created over years and years, so it slowly pays me back. But this was something I was really into. I love cologne. I love smelling good. So I was really into, I got into a point where I was just really into different smells, and I, continue to research and look at videos and read things about cologne and perfume, and I figured out what I like, and I have a wide variety of things that I purchase. I even purchase women perfume, the ones that I know are good, that'll sell, and I'm thankful for that. Having the mindset to even create something like that outside of football and sports and training, because that is a big foundation of my life, right? So the whole thing is being able to identify with things in your life. I'm thankful for a big, beautiful family and people in my life that care about me. So identify what's around you. What do you see? I see people that care about me. I identify with my athletes. I love training them. I identify with their parents. I love conversing and talking with them and having conversations with them. They're great people. They give me the opportunity to do what I love. I'm thankful. That's abundance. That's abundance, because that was just a thought in my head of training athletes, linemen. I love it. I love coaching. Why not? I mean, basically doing it since I was in college. Just because of the thought and the idea that I had. I definitely enjoyed playing the game. But the whole thing is you have to identify in your mind and see the abundance, because whatever you focus on expands. Whatever you think about becomes your world. For example, I can use the president election. It became everybody's world. As much as I tried to stay out of it, it spilled into my world. Right? So the whole thing is whatever you focus on expands. So knowing that, I want you to think. This is why I want you to attack this exercise like this, because I want you to open up that space in your mind about abundance, about the abundance that you have, about the abundance that you create. Because you have to give yourself more love. Stop being so hard on yourself. Appreciate the things that you've done. Take a deep breath with me. Take another one. abundance. You get to breathe oxygen. You get to see another day. You get to speak your thoughts. Abundance, thankful, gratitude. Definitely have to sprinkle some gratitude in there. But look at you. You're abundant. Your Great EJ's Gym is back. It's back to being EJ's Gym, a guide to elevate your mindset. Because I wanted to deliver this some way, somehow, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. It's NFL Sunday, and I'm not gonna lie. That's still my thing. Every now and then I pull away, but not that much. I'm not gonna lie. But those first group of games, I'm tuned in. So this is quicker than setting up a video, the camera, lights, and stuff like that. And I just enjoy this. This is, some people say they love the way my voice sounds, and I'm thankful. Abundance. So why not give the people what they want? I mean, some people like how I look too, but I'm just messing. But anyways, abundance. Abundance is there in your life. Embrace it. Embrace it. Embrace it, because understand life is a spectrum. Good, bad, indifferent, however you want to label it. But it's all in your perspective of whether you perceive an event or an experience to be positive or negative. Because every experience is a learning experience. Every experience is a learning experience. Every experience is a learning experience. So, if you ever got into a point of your life where you felt like you lack, or you felt like you had little and you didn't have much, just think of that was your starting point or the foundation to help you create your abundance. Your abundance mindset, your abundance financials, your abundant everything. Your abundance of love that you give, the abundance of love that you receive. It's abundance all around you. Everywhere. But be who you truly are. Be true to yourself. And maybe you will connect to that abundance. But understand, things take time. So you got to slowly identify with what's in your life. You have to slowly identify with what's in your life and be thankful for what's in your life. You created it. You created it, and you are abundant. So I encourage you once again. The exercise is for 21 days. Identify abundance in your life. Identify one thing per day that's abundance in your life. I gave you numerous examples. I'm looking at a lot of things around me that I'm thankful for. Like I mentioned my cologne. I mentioned the oxygen. I mentioned my family. I mentioned my athletes and their families, my friends, the people around me, the people that love me, the people that I hang out with. I'm thankful for them. I'm thankful for their time that we connect. Because it's always a blessing, I believe, when you connect with people. Because honestly, that's what I think life is all about. Building relationships and making connections with people. Sharing experience with people. Because, you know, when you can have an experience by yourself, it's cool. But when you share experiences with other people, it's just like amazing. Family, you know, friends, significant others, spouses. It feels good. But understand that you must truly connect with who you are first in order to make true, authentic connection, especially true, authentic connection to that abundance that is in your life, that you are getting ready to identify, getting ready to identify with. Because like I mentioned before, we all go through that roller coaster of life. So why not have a guide to elevate your mindset? Jim, out.